are near to all the places like down below. Yeah, it's a wonderful experience.
Good. That's good.
So this is the sailing club, is it?
This is Lough Derg Yacht Club, LDYC. They run a lot of, throughout the entire of July and August, they run sailing courses for young sailors.
Oh, young sailors, okay.
Yeah, and you'd have a lot of people who would, each year, they would come and they'd do the next level each year.
Oh.
So by the time they're sort of 16, 17, they're qualified instructors. And very often they would then use that qualification to work summers in other sailing clubs all over the world where there are twinning arrangements.
Wow.
So, how you doing? I would have, I don't know, quite a number of people my age group who would be friends through sailing, having met as kids, camping in the fields at the back and doing their courses here. So it's quite an important network, really.
Yes. Okay, this is the first experience. Like, I've been here for a few times in Dromineer, but I don't have this information ever.
You never were here?
No, I didn't had any information in regard to the sailing club. Okay.
Yeah. Then on the far side of those reeds, you've got a river which runs into the lake. It's called the Nenagh River, and it goes right in through Nenagh and out the far side, finding its source in the Silvermine Mountains, which are the mountains on the left. If you're driving from Nenagh to Limerick, they're the mountains. When you look straight across the lake here, you're looking at County Clare.
Okay.
And we're going to go over there now, and I'll get over a bit of the way, and I'll show you, I'll orientate you. But this is Dromineer Bay we're in here now. We're approximately halfway up the lake. The lake is about, depending on where you start and finish, it's almost 50 kilometres in length. And we're about 22 kilometres from here to Portumna, which is the one end of the lake, and we're about 25 kilometres from here to Killaloo, which is the other end of the lake.
Oh, okay.
The lake itself has got the main body of the lake, which is between up to 8 kilometres wide in places, depending on where it is. So it's quite a big body of water. The main body of the lake is bounded by Tipperary on this side, and on the opposite side County Clare, and further down County Galway. Once you go over Portumna Bridge at the far end, you then get into County Offaly, and once you get over Killaloo Bridge, you get into County Limerick. all around the lake are houses not dissimilar to this here. That's called St. David's. You'll see on the opposite side, Kilteela will come into view in a minute. A lot of these would have been old houses which were inhabited generally by English who came over and were farming the land in this area. A lot of the foreshore, the shore around Lough Derg is very heavily planted. It would have originally have been managed as part of larger estates. So a lot of those trees would have originally been planted.
Okay.
And they're now in their full maturity for us to see.
Okay.
So I'm going to move on across if that's okay with you, and we're going to head on over towards County Clare.
Yes, please. Okay, okay.
County Clare. This would have been one of the transportation hubs for the barges that used to travel from Dublin down the canals, onto the river, onto the lake, and through the lake and down as far as Limerick, where they used to deliver produce.
Okay, okay. During the ancient time, is it?
So there would have been quite an active
maybe the transportation?
2 a day pulling into a lot of these gardens. They originally were started by the Guinness Corporation that make the Guinness beer.
Okay.
They were a huge business back in the 1800s, and they established it for their own purpose, for delivering kegs of beer, but then they sold space to others who wanted space for delivering goods. So they were the precursor to Amazon, really.
Okay.
And they worked very efficiently, just slower. Very efficient. Down the road from Portroe, which is about 2 kilometres from here, down the road, loaded onto barges and brought from here to Limerick, where it was then distributed and exported all over the place, really. But this village, Gary Kennedy, is quite well known for traditional Irish music. The Larkin family that owned the pub for many, many years would be very well known in traditional Irish music circles. And there's quite a number of programs that have been filmed here, and radio programs and music sessions. It's quite well known in music.
Yeah, Gary Kennedy, this is a tourist place.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful, it's a lovely, it's a nice, it's well worth visiting if you're in the car. It's well worth, it's close by.
Okay.
Well worth. But it's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty, it's good.
Again, all around the lake you've got these harbours are similar. You know, which were engineered in their current form 200 years ago. And they're wonderfully constructed. They'd be wonderful if they were constructed today, not to talk of 200 years. Not to talk of this castle here, which is one of a number, again located at many of the harbours for the purpose of collecting taxes from us.
It's like if you're not seeing this, that will be a great loss, I think.
Yeah, well, I'd recommend by car coming here. It's only a short drive. It's a nice ice cream parlour there. It's a nice place for coffee.
Okay.
You know, it's a nice place just to come for a walk. You know? It's a beautiful walk in the woods through here. There's a recognized walk through the woods, which again is beautiful. And it's not very long. It's only, you do it in half an hour. But it's beautiful running up through the woods and beside the lake. And it's a walking path through it.
We missed it last year because of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that put a stop to so much. Yeah. Even though, funny enough, with COVID, there were more Irish tourists here than ever before.
Oh,
Last year was much busier so far.
is
this
it?
year. Yeah. I love the lake. I love the nature. It's
It's
nice
really
to,
good. It's really good. Ireland is very beautiful for the nature.
yeah.
Yeah, and all the people take care of that. That's the most
I
best
think we
part.
need to all look after that. Yeah, it's a very important resource.
It's not one person's job or maybe the government's job. It's all the people. All the
Personal
people.
responsibility.
Yes, contributes to that.
I agree. Where is home for you both?
We are from India.
India.
Yeah.
North India, South India?
No, we are from South.
South.
Yeah, we are from Kerala.
I've never been to India, but it's a country I really, really want to. There are quite a number of Indian spiritual gurus that I would follow.
Sadhguru.
Yeah, I'm a fan of him.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to see him actually.
Yeah, he's from South India. It's called Tamil Nadu.
That's right.
Tamil Nadu. So
Huh?
We are next to that.
Okay.
he gives wonderful speeches.
He's wonderful, yeah.
Yeah, reflective
Yeah, I
thoughts.
like his stuff. I like his stuff. And
The meaning of life.
Yeah.
You know, like,
there's a group, would you believe, from Nina,
is it?
each year, a number, they've gone out on a number of occasions to his ashram yeah, he's quite a following here.
Oh, for Sadhguru. The talks which he is giving is amazing.
They're fantastic, well worth, yeah.
Yes, I don't know whether you don't follow much, is it? Like, yeah.
But even if it's just, as you say, in terms of his observations in life, and he's doing a world tour at the moment about saving the soil, but the importance of looking after the soil, its importance in the balance of nature.
Okay.
It's really interesting. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. Anyway,
He's very much interesting. We'll move. Thank you. And you'll be always available in this number, is it like?
Yeah, you can ring me anytime on that number. Anytime. And actually, I was thinking, my website is Lough Derg Boat Tours.
Oh, okay.
So I was actually thinking the easiest way actually probably to pay is to go onto the website.
Sorry. Okay, if you're having a website, then it will be going under that, is it?
Oh yeah, Lough Derg
Yeah.
Boat Tours. Yeah.
And we can be pre-planned
Oh yeah,
the
no
payment.
problem.
Yeah,
No,
that,
you can book in advance. You can do all those things. You can plan what you'd like to do. I could do a group, or I could change it to suit your people or whatever. You know, so just check in with me on the website, and we you know, then we've made contact. There was a monastery there and people living there 4,000 years ago.
Okay.
It's very old buildings, which are still there. It's a remarkable. And you can drive to Mount Shannon.
Okay.
And there's a guy who takes you out by boat there and does a guided tour. It's well worth doing.
Okay. That's Holy Island.
Holy Island, Mount Shannon.
Mount Shannon.
Yeah, it's well worth doing. You can check it out on the web as well.
I have seen that.
People come from all over
leaflet,
about that. You know, it's interesting. You know.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
It's very pretty out here, isn't it?
Yes. And the day is
The day is beautiful, but it changes all the time. And you have certain amounts of people there's people who come for fishing, for walking. Walking is quite a big thing. Walking around the hills or whatever. On the lake, you also have some sailing in the winter. So you do have activities, yeah. You don't have the day trippers as much. But you do have people nonetheless coming out, and it's very nice in the winter. You get lovely light, beautiful light.